And welcome. We are going to look into the hips a little bit more today, and today is actually St. Patrick's Day, so I have on my green leggings. I'm going to go a little deeper into the hips, so if you have tight hips, this might be a little bit too much for you. Just a few more exercises to open up the hips, but you could try it and see what you can do. So let's go ahead and start standing. The first one, I'm going to walk over to the wall, and I'm going to lift up my right leg and place the foot on the wall. Now, if your hips are tight, you may have to keep your knees bent. See if you can straighten the leg and then just feel that connection of the leg to the body. If you have flexibility or want to try that thing, which we did on the first hip one, move from the hip socket and take it forward and breathe through the nose. Doesn't matter how high the leg is, it could be higher, it could be lower. And then inhale and gently turn the other foot out like so. And feel that stretch in the hip and take a few breaths. Go ahead and take it back. And one more thing here, go ahead and take your right arm back and feel that twist, keeping those hips as square and cinched in as you can. And then take it back, inhale, release it, exhale. We'll do it briefly on the other side. So take your left leg up. Place it on your wall, wherever it goes. Doesn't have to go high, can go lower. Knee bent or straight. You can stay straight up, or you can inhale and then take an exhale, because the exhale is always where the body releases, and stretch over the leg. And of course, if you're doing this at home, you can learn these and do them for longer. And then you come up, you open up that leg. And again, if you can straighten the leg, great. If not, don't worry about it. Keep your knees as bent as you need to. Feel that opening across the hips. Come on back and take that left arm back, right arm forward, twisting from your waistline. You can't see my head, but you can gaze back. That's always nice with a twist, to gaze back. Good for the neck to get the twist. Keep breathing through the nose, and then inhale, take it back, and exhale, release it down. We're going to do one more on the wall. And again, do this as you can. It's like you're going to do a downward facing dog, but actually you're going to take the leg up the wall and walk your hands back in. And so you're doing a standing split, which you can also do off the wall, but having the wall here definitely helps the stretch. You can point the toes on the top, you can flex those toes, you can straighten the knee, have it bent, whatever you like, keep breathing. And I'm just going to switch sides because this is just a little explanation. Again, you can do this for longer. It's good to hold this for about a minute or more, really good. And if you can straighten both legs. And if you can, if you're really more flexible, you can walk in almost doing a split on the wall. Actually, you can do a split on the wall if you've got that. And then we're going to walk it away. And we're going to do one more today. And that is a crow squat. So now you're going to come over, open your legs. The first hip one, we had our feet out like a 45-degree angle, like the goddess pose, right? And this one, we're going to take that down a notch. Now, if this is too much for you and you've got a yoga block or a yoga wheel, this is really good. You can just sit on it, right? But if you can, we're going to go down and do one more hip of the twist. So first we come into the crow squat. And you keep your back as straight as you can. So for some people, the heels will come off the floor. That's okay. Some people have to curve forward a little bit. That's okay. But as you straighten your spine and have that ability, you will feel the stretch more in your hips. Now, to add the twist component here, you're going to take your right arm, I'm mirroring you, out to the side. My hand is on the floor. The left arm is going to come up, and you're going to look up and breathe. And if you have a little more flexibility in your shoulders, you can reach that left arm back and hold on to the right hand, which we call binding. Twist feels really nice. Opening the hips with a twist. Come back to the center with an inhale. As you exhale, take that left arm, fingers spread wide onto the floor, and then just go ahead and bring the right arm up and gaze up and breathe. And again, if you have the flexibility, you could bind on that second side. Good. And then inhale, bring it back to center, bring a little prayer to your heart. We're just going to do one more thing here, and that's Baddha Konasana. So you're going to sit down and you're going to bring the soles of your feet together. I'm going to come up against the wall with a yoga block. I have a tendency to have a little bit of kyphosis, which is a little bit of a bend in this part of my spine, and I can't push it in as much as I'd like. So this helps me with this. I'm going to come back over to my wall. I'm going to put this right between my shoulder blades. And if I had a second yoga block, I could use my yoga block between my feet. But because I don't have two blocks here in my little home studio, I have a lot more props at Soul House Yoga Retreat. I'm going to take this, and this works just as well. And then I'm going to bring my hips down. I'm going to move a little bit away from the Buddha, bring my knees down, I should say, but don't hurt your knees. I'm using my elbows like little levers. The goal is not to get your knees to the floor. The goal is, as we talked about yesterday, when I recorded the first hip practice, is to realize that our forward bends come from where the legs meet the body. And in order to stretch forward more, we need to open the hips more. So that's our little lesson for today, and always moving in and out carefully. So you can bring those legs up. You can let that block go away. And if you'd like, you can take a few moments laying on your back. It's always nice to take a few moments after you do any stretching, if you have the time. So thank you for your time. And I'm now going to go forward and shut off this little hip with a twist practice for you today. And again, I know it's St. Patrick's Day today, and wherever you are, it probably won't be when you see this. But anyway,